And good morning, everybody. Cruiseman here. Going to be doing my first moto vlog on this NT1100. You probably can't see much of it because it's so dark out. But I'm heading to my Sunday breakfast. Coffee. We decided to do one today because we have a new Goldwing owner locally and he wanted to come join us for breakfast. So we said, okay, we'll do that. And it gives me a chance to try out this NT1100 in the dark.
This video is sponsored by Cruiseman's Garage Honda Goldwing Maintenance Video Series.
Now I've currently got this set to the urban mode, as you can see here. This is not my first ride, but it's my first ride in the dark. So let's see how the lights work on this NT1100. Might help if I put it in gear. I found the bike does run better when you put the transmission in gear. Just kind of a little insider tip. I did take the bike for a ride yesterday to the grocery store, which allowed me to get it out on the highway and get it up to about, I think I might have gotten up to 70 miles an hour at one point. You'll notice my Apple CarPlay screen just came on. That's because I have the Carlin Kit Ultra Mini in the USB port, and I mentioned it previously. What's interesting is I don't have a headset connected. I don't have a headset turned on. We're connected to the bike. We're paired to the bike at this point. And yet it still brings up Apple CarPlay. I don't know if that's a bug in the, it's not a bug in the Carlin Kit. It must be some bug in the Honda Apple CarPlay system, because it's not supposed to allow Apple CarPlay without a headset connected. And as you can tell, you can hear there's a lot of wind noise, and I'm only going 37 miles an hour. I mentioned it in my ride to the grocery store. This windshield is the first thing that would have to go for me. It does okay at keeping it off your chest, but it kind of pushes the wind right up into your helmet. Now that's, you know, I'm 6'2", so maybe if you're a little bit shorter rider, it wouldn't be an issue. I do like the screen, and also it's a touch screen, which is interesting. Now you can't use it while you're riding, but you can when you come to a stop, which I think is a good design. The colors of the screen are not as rich as they are on the Honda Goldwing, and I know I'll be making a lot of Honda Goldwing comparisons when I do this review. Probably unfair, but that's just the way it is. Because that's what I'm used to. So it's still a nice colorful screen, but the colors are not quite as deep. Now I haven't tried adjusting the brightness or adjusting any of the other, maybe there's a way to adjust the screen to get it to you have a little bit more contrast, but or a little more saturation. Still it's nice screen. There's a secondary screen down here below which will show you your speed and what mode you're in, as well as your odometer. It has exactly 500 miles on it right now. I think it had 440 when they brought it to me, something like that. So it's basically a brand new bike. This is a press bike. It's in their press fleet, so I'm assuming that one other rider might have had it before I had it. It does have California plates, so I'm assuming that this was used in the press launch when they invited the journalists out to California to do the reveal of the new model. Point out that this model has been available in Europe for about 3 or 4 years, and it's one of the #1 sellers as far as sport touring bikes, and I think it's one of Honda's #1 sellers in Europe. It's a very popular bike, and just after the first couple of rides, I think I can see why. It's got quite a bit going for it. So if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because I'll be doing a thorough review of this bike. Right now I'm just kind of trying it out on my normal route. I ride this road multiple times each week, so I'm very familiar with how the road surfaces should feel, or at least how they feel on my Goldwing. So I can give you some comparison. So on the surface streets, I'm kind of enjoying the ride. I have not checked to see what the preload is on the suspension. I don't know if the last person that had this bike adjusted it, or if this is the way it comes from the factory. On the surface streets, it feels fairly compliant. You can manually adjust the preload on the front forks and on the rear shock. Now there is a model in Europe. They have 3 different models of this bike in Europe. There's only one model here. In Europe, you can get this bike with a manual transmission. You can also get it configured like this bike, which is a DCT, or you can get it with a DCT and electronic suspension adjustment. They do not offer the electronic suspension in the United States. They also offer 3 different colors in the UK, or in Europe, I should say, not the UK, but I mean the UK, yes, but primarily a European spec. And there are a few other differences between the US model and the European model, and we'll go over that in my final review. Okay, well, we finished up our Sunday breakfast. We had a new Goldwing rider join us, Elton, not John. And I'm about to ride this 2025 NT1100 back home. And we'll just see how it rides on the way home. Okay, so now that we are well fed, let me tell you about some things that are coming up on the channel. I have got a whole slew of products in from Fantic. They have a bunch of new tools. Now, some of you know I've reviewed several Fantic products in the past, and several of them are my favorite tools around the garage. I love the little vacuum cleaner. Of course, I've got the tire inflators. I've got a new tire inflator that I'm reviewing. And so a couple of products. I'm going to do a video where I'm showing all these different products I got in. And so stay tuned for that. They sent me a couple of different pressure washers we're going to try. Portable, rechargeable, kind of interesting. I've never seen anything quite like that. And like I say, I've got several Fantic products. They're a little screwdriver, which I keep on the Goldwing in case I get a flat tire. I use it as a little drill in case I need to drill out a hole to put in a plug. So I've got several Fantic products. A jump starter, we keep it in the car, but you could of course use it on the motorcycle. And that's kind of one of the things that's coming up in the next few days. I also need your help with something. I'm going to make a separate video about that. I need you guys to, those of you who are loyal followers of the channel, supporters of the channel, I need your help with some stuff. I'll be making a video about that later today. And you know, the front end does feel pretty soft when you come to a stop. So I'm not sure if they do have any preload dialed in on this front forks.
Hey, if you enjoyed this little first look motovlog video of the NT1100, do me a favor, give it a thumbs up. Really appreciate the support of the channel. That really does help the channel. And until I see you in my full review of the NT1100, remember to ride often, but ride safe.